The new iPhone has come out, the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5C, and people predictably waited in line for 9 hours just to get it. We have a quick video showing you what exactly happened when it was released. Let's take a look.
No pre-orders for the new Apple 5S and 5C. Customers that wanted a phone had to be patient and wait their turn, standing on lines outside the Apple store on 5th Avenue in Midtown New York City, outside a Sprint store on the Upper East Side, and they lined up at this AT&T store as well. And that's just New York. Add to that China, Sydney, Japan. It was downright retro.
It brings back a lot of old memories from my old 3G Apple iPhone. I mean, to see that it's way above a lot of other phones ahead of its time, it's amazing, beautiful.
I've been waiting outside for 15 days, and I just love the experience. I love meeting new people. I love getting every single Apple product.
Oh, I want to get the golden one, but they're sold out of it, so I'm just here with my sister, and she's gonna get the black one. But I'm pretty upset because, you know, I'm not getting one and she is.
I didn't want to believe that people actually waited in line for 15 days, which is why I thought, like, wow, they waited in line for 9 hours. So my intro was wrong. Some people waited more than 2 weeks to get that iPhone, which is insane. Aren't they supposed to be working? How do they even afford the new iPhone if they don't have a job? So I just don't get it. But whatever, let's talk about all the hubbub. Why are people so excited? Why are they so obsessed with Apple products? Because there is literally nothing that I would wait 2 weeks for in line. I would be miserable. So I like the thought of waiting in line for an iPhone is just crazy. Dave Rubin, you are addicted to your iPhone. Any second that you're not on camera, you have your nose buried in your iPhone. So did you wait in line for the new one, or?
For the record, that's a Twitter addiction, and iPhone is just giving me Twitter.
Okay.
So it's more of a tool of the trade. Well, in full disclosure, I have waited online at Apple stores several times, I think for the 3, the 4, and the 5, just for a couple hours to get it that day. But I think this is actually kind of funny. This is my phone and my case. And what color does this look to you?
It's gold.
Well, someone said to me the other day, oh, you got the gold iPhone. And I was like, what? This is my old This is just because I have an old case that's dirty.
It's dirty.
And,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
so this is my iPhone. This is a regular white iPhone. So really what you could do, I got this for like $6. It's just a piece of plastic. You just get an old dirty iPhone case, put it on your iPhone, and oh my God, he has the gold iPhone. So I would highly recommend that's a little tip for the kids out there.
That is terrible.
Yeah, that's right.
Just
really,
everything that you said,
this is
including the
really-
waiting in line to get an iPhone. I'm judging you.
I need to start
and
putting
anyone
that on
else
the
who
floor
did
at
it.
the gym. Okay.
Oh, what are you guys using? Are you guys using iPhones?
Yeah, pretty much.
I am the lone BlackBerry user in the group.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys
What is
remember this from the old days.
What are these things here? These plastic little...
Yeah, I never got into the touchscreen, but so I kind of held on to my BlackBerry. And yeah, unlike those people in line, I have to work pretty hard for my money. So I think about whenever I have to spend $400 on an electronic.
Right. Okay, so one of the new features on the iPhone is this fingerprint identification. If you want to unlock your phone, you just use your thumbprint and it unlocks it. And there have been some privacy concerns over that because they're worried that hackers will have access to it. If hackers have access to your 4-digit PIN or whatever it is that you use to unlock your phone, well, you can always change it, but you can't change something like your thumbprint. Another thing to keep in mind is they can use that, hackers can use that to literally steal your identity. So it's a little problematic. But what do you guys think? Axel, do you feel that these fears are just, ridiculous paranoia, or is this something that we should really be concerned about?
I don't think it's paranoia. I mean, I think, after everything we listen about the NSA and about like everything that's going on and the collusion, particularly the corporate government collusion, that's the scariest part in this whole business. Right now they're saying, no, it's only on your phone, the fingerprint's only on your phone. Well, that's what they said about the information that was encrypted only on your phone, and that's what they said before that, and now they have access to everything. I just want to know what my NSA profile says right now. Would I like it? Would I share it? I would love to. But yeah, I think the paranoia is founded because of what we've seen. I don't know if we're going to see that trend continue. I think right now is the time to speak up.
Definitely. I mean, I had a friend show me her new iPhone, and she showed me the thumbprint thing, and it doesn't really go through anyone's mind. No one really thinks about what the ramifications of that could be, and it's kind of scary. I mean, with new technology comes new abuses, and no one really thinks about it until the abuses have, actually happened and people are reporting on it.
In one of those NSA documents that was leaked, they go into in-depth about how they're not even going to have to really get information from us because we're just going to give them all the information.
That's exactly right.
And that's the thing, like with everything going on with the NSA, the idea that Apple in the midst of that came out with a new phone, and really the only difference, because everyone can get iOS 7 on their old phone, so the main difference is just that it's going to also take your fingerprint. I mean, that sounds made up. That actually sounds made up. We're going to tell you that we're stealing all your info, then we're going to hand you a new phone that'll get even more, and all you got to do is put your finger on it. I mean, it really sounds like science fiction.
That people were waiting in line so long to just have their invasion or their privacy invaded even easier.
Willingly have their privacy invaded, definitely. What is up with this obsession with Apple products? Because look, I have my Samsung Galaxy phone and I love it. It's my favorite piece of technology. I always use it. I'm addicted to my phone just like Dave Rubin is, and I get made fun of for it all the time.
We had a lunch, no talking, the other day.
That's true. I was like, why do we need to communicate when I can just use my phone? But why is it that people don't have that same mania, that same craziness for Samsung products, but they do for Apple products? Why has Apple been so successful in their marketing?
Well, I do think the cult of personality around Apple is breaking without Steve Jobs. I definitely do sense that. Even in their commercials now, they have this great commercial where it's all about Cupertino and it's designed in California. And of course, what they don't tell you is that it's all made in China. And a lot of people are returning their Apple stuff. I have iPad and a MacBook and this thing, and all the chargers are all frayed at the corners, and things are breaking all the time. And I think it's starting to come around that it's not as great as we all think. There was this idea that it was like this clean, simple, smooth thing, and breaking technology all the time. Like breaking out new technology, I mean. And it doesn't necessarily feel that way anymore. I'm in no rush to get the 5S. It seems like the same thing
Good for
that
you.
I have with my dirty iPhone.
I'm proud of you.
But the marketing is amazing still.
It is.
I think while the product is, crap to a certain extent, if you continue down that line, the marketing is still awesome. I mean, the fact, I heard that one of the Apple stores locally only had 12 golden phones. It's like the golden ticket in Willy Wonka. Everyone wants it, nobody can, go and get it. And it just drives up the price. They're selling on eBay for $1,500.
That's insane! What are you guys doing? It makes me so angry. Yeah. Keep in mind, 9 million people bought the iPhone, the new iPhone, by Monday. So that number is higher at this point. It's just incredible. I mean, good for Apple if they have figured out the marketing strategy, but bad on the American people for falling for it and putting themselves through hell for 2 weeks just to get their hands on it.
Yeah, they do have a marketing strategy. It looks like the other companies are starting to catch up in that department. But at the end of the day, Axel says some of the products are crappy, but everybody is still using them. Everybody is overpaying for them. And you might think it's crappy, but it's really an industry standard in the business that we're in. Everybody's using a Max. I'm using a BlackBerry, but I hate it because it's freezing all the time. I wish I could have an iPhone.
Yeah.
And they developed also a business strategy to where, if you want to get accessories or any add-ons, you have to go to the Apple store. If you have a PC, you can kind of get pieces for that for anywhere. So it's a business model and a marketing model that's been very, very successful. But I think other companies are catching up on the marketing. And with Steve Jobs gone, it's really going to be a big question whether they're going to be able to innovate.
Yeah, and the other thing is that they've also tricked you into once you buy one of their things, you end up buying other things. Because, for example, like Apple TV, which I just got a couple months ago, now I can mirror my phone to my television or send my iTunes to my television, and simple little things, or the iPad to the TV or the computer to the TV or whatever. So once you get one, then you're like, oh, well, I can also do this, but I can only do it with another one of their things. So they really have figured out how to keep you in their little ecosystem.